Hello my friends, and welcome to Rye House for the fourth episode of my Rookie Goes Karting series. I'm not going to waste any time. I've got a new rival for this episode, and it's actually Luke Dunnett's brother, James Dunnett. So he's going to be joining the other three drivers, and hopefully I can manage to do well against him, because at the moment with the rest of them I'm getting absolutely battered. So, Ross didn't actually show up today, so hence why his name isn't greyed out, and hopefully I can mount a bit of a comeback on them now. So into the first heat, and I've actually decided to put the grids on screen and the results, because I feel like it gives the race a bit more context, which has taken a lot of effort. So if you guys can drop me a like, it'll be highly appreciated. And in this first heat, I just want to improve my pace, because I didn't have a testing session beforehand. Literally just jumped in the car, had 4 minutes practice, so I'm not expecting much from this race. I just want to not finish last, so let's see how I get on. So by the end of the first lap, I'm up in 14th. If I'm honest, it was sort of an average start, but because I sort of took advantage of someone making a poor move into the first hairpin, I gained a couple of positions, so I'll mark it down as a good start. And into lap 3, I'm getting overtaken on this corner for fun on this day, if I'm honest. I mean, it wasn't so much that my entry into this corner was poor, it was more the fact that my exit from the last corner down the straight was bad, and it gives me not as much speed as everyone else going down the straight, so they can make a nice easy send into the first corner. So it's something I need to work on. I didn't really realise it at the time until I watched all my footage back, but next time I'm there I'll have to work on it. And like I say, for this race I wasn't really expecting much. I was just seeing where I was losing time and gaining time on people, and right there is another frustrating moment. Just when you lose not one but 2 positions going into a corner, there's nothing you can do to defend it. It's just one cart's following the other through, and you just got to slot in back behind a couple of carts. So I'm down in 17th, but I'm not last, and if I'm honest, nothing really happened for the rest of that race. I was just slowly dropping back, maybe a 10th a lap. But more importantly, I completed all my objectives. I didn't finish last, and I managed to gain a position for someone having a penalty, so I ended up in 16th place. I mean, considering I didn't have any practice, and I haven't been at this circuit in the dry before. Every time I've been here, it's been absolutely chucking it down. So 16th is all right, and I'll give it a 2-star performance. I mean, I know the position wasn't great, but I felt I improved towards the end. My fastest lap was only 0.4 of a second off the fastest, which is normally around back of B final, front of C final pace. So going into the second heat, Mr. James Dunnett is in this race, so obviously I would love to beat him, to get a head start on him. And if I'm honest, I would like to beat a Class 2 driver as well. It's something I always like to try and do in my races, and I'd like to do that and maybe hold my starting position of 13th. So let's see if I can manage it. I've had a decent first lap. I've definitely completed the objective of having a good start, and more importantly, I'm ahead of Mr. Dunnett, who's back in 14th there. So going into the third lap, as you can see, I'm already dropping back to Miss Breach in front, and lo and behold, I lose yet another position going into that first corner. I mean, I didn't realise how bad it was until I started watching my footage about it, but yeah, right here, look, it goes 4 karts wide going into the second hairpin, and I picked the outside going into this corner, and I should have picked the inside really, because the other driver gained 2 positions there, but I follow Mr. Breach through here to gain a position, and I'm back up to 12th again. And yeah, it was a bit mad, it was a bit congested then, it took me by surprise. I was maybe 3 or 4 tenths back, I turned the corner and he's like 4 karts wide, I don't know what cracks off there. So into the 4th lap now, you know, I'm doing alright. I mean, ahead of a couple of Class 2 drivers, and right here I'm back maybe, you know, 3, 4, 5 tenths maybe, and if I'm honest, I really did enjoy this corner throughout the day, because right there, I'm right on Miss Breach's tail again. It gave me the opportunity to send the move into the second hairpin. I'm up to 11th, which is, this race is going really well compared to the first one. I mean, you know, 9th place is still a possibility really, and going into the final couple of corners here, I have a little look around the outside here, but the gap just closes up, so I got to hold my position, and yeah, into the 7th lap, I'm still in 11th, which is, you know, that's really good, and if I can manage to hold this position, it'd be really awesome. So going into the second hairpin, the driver in front is forced on the grass slightly, sends him way out wide, and I'm up to 10th, but only briefly, as Miss Breach has a better exit than me, and yeah, it gets that 10th place off me, and yeah, I mean, like a 4 or 5 kart battle for 9th or 10th place here, and yeah, this race is going alright. I just you know, in my head at the moment, I'm just hoping I don't want to mess up, because I feel like this is a good result to maybe start at the front of the C, and there we go again. I lose another position going into turn 1. I mean, I think that's 3 now in 2 races, so it's just, yeah, it's frustrating. And by the final lap, I've dropped back a little bit, but like I say, this second hairpin, this first hairpin, sorry, I seem to gain a little bit of time, and I seem to be enjoying it. But here, I seem to be the victim of the driver in front of a very poor corner. I just, you know, have nowhere to go but hit him, and I lose a couple of positions, and I'm down to 14th. And considering I was up in 11th and 12th for the majority of this race, being in 14th come the end of it is frustrating, if I'm honest, because I feel like I was much quicker, especially considering the driver who crossed the line in 9th ended up getting promoted up to 7th, so that was a possibility. 7th place, which is, you know, that could have been put me in good stead to maybe finish in the B final, but here I am finishing 13th in that race. And but on the bright side, at least I beat a Class 2 driver in the shape of my friend Eamon. So, but yeah, I'll give that a 3-star performance, because I feel like it was an alright race. I don't know, I just seem to, I don't think I was the victim, but I just feel like, you know, I was unfortunate to be on the track where I was at the time. So going into the 3rd heat, I would like to finish in the top 10, because I feel I've got the pace. It's just overtakes I seem to struggle with, and yeah, hopefully I can beat a few Class 3 drivers if I don't manage to do that. But yeah, I feel like I'm doing alright. It's just I just hope I don't come victim to something again, so hopefully it doesn't happen. So let's see how this heat goes. So that first lap wasn't really a great one, let's be honest. There was a hell of a lot of contact. I'm surprised I didn't have some sort of warning at him coming out of it, if I'm honest. I mean, yeah, it was just a bit of a mess, especially into the first hairpin. I mean, yeah, everyone's bumping and barging everyone out of the way, and it wasn't a pretty sight, if I'm honest. But into lap 3, yeah, it's the 3 carts wide going into turn 1 almost, and yeah, it's getting a bit interesting, you know, because I'm thinking, oh, maybe I can gain a few positions here if someone messes up in front, and yeah, I'll go for a move around the outside, and yeah, that driver in front goes for a poor move, and I've gained a couple of positions, so I'm up to 14th, and I'm quite happy with that, considering I didn't really have a great start to the race, and normally most of the positions I do gain in races are normally on the first lap, let's be honest. So yeah, 14th isn't bad, and hopefully I can gain a few more before the end of it. So by lap 9, I feel like I was getting a bit held up by the driver in front. I mean, there's parts where he's like, you know, maybe 4 or 5 tenths away, but I just feel like I'm messing up because I'm so close to him. I do struggle in these sort of situations, so I feel like if I was in front of him, I'd be pulling away. But it's just, I don't know. I know you guys probably think, oh yeah, right, but I mean, I don't know. It's just these situations it seems to make me slower. So when I'm on the track by myself, I seem to go quicker. So going into the final lap, I think, right, I've only got one chance really to overtake, and it's normally into one of the hairpins, and he made a poor exit there, so I'm thinking, right, I'll send it down the inside here, and I lock up completely, and it forces me into the tyre barrier. I'm just sort of attached to it, and it makes me lose all of the positions I've gained, and I was so annoyed at myself, because I feel like if I was a bit more patient, I could have maybe got that move going into the second hairpin, or even just on the exit of the first hairpin. But yeah, 18th, I've thrown away just a half decent finish, and I ended up finishing 18th on the road, and it's just, I'm annoyed. I'm just annoyed at myself for throwing away a decent result again. I mean, I did get promoted to 16th come the end of it, but I mean, it could have been 11th if I got that position. And yeah, it's just another frustrating one. I worked out after this, if I didn't lose those positions on the last lap of the second heat and the last lap of the third heat, I could have been starting the C final in 5th place, which would have been awesome, because I feel like I would have had the pace to maybe finish in the B, because you never know. But here we are, and I'm starting 15th in the C final, so it's, yeah, things could have gone better today, but Mr. Dunnett is alongside me, or James Dunnett is alongside me, and hopefully I can manage to beat at least one of those, and yeah, I mean, if I'm honest, I'll commentate over this first lap, because it's quite hectic, and yeah, I just don't want to bottle it, and that's my main aim, because I seem to have decent heats and then bottle the final at the moment, but here it is this is the scariest thing I've seen in Club 100, so right there, you don't see it, but I'll rewind it. Right there is the scariest thing, I tell you, because somehow a driver managed to spin on the inside, and a driver who's alongside me clips him and goes airborne and almost hits the guy in the head in front of me. I'm a bit annoyed my camera didn't capture it, because, you know, it would have made an awesome thumbnail, but I mean, but it's just, honestly, I mean, I just thought, oh my god, that was so close. I thought it nearly hurt him, like really hurt him. But the driver landed back down on his cart and just sort of damaged him to his radiator, and just spilled oil and water everywhere. And yeah, it was one of the, I think it's the worst thing I've seen in Club 100, other than probably watching my kart ability back. And as you can see there, look at the state of his front panel there, of the driver next to me, and he realises halfway up the straight, and yeah, his engine's hanging all over the place. So yeah, I gained a position from him retiring, and yeah, I'm up to 14th after that bit of a mad lag. It wasn't really a great start, if I'm honest. I mean, I'm dropping back maybe nearly a second to the driver front. There's a slippery surface flag there. I wasn't sure where exactly it was because of that oil spilt everywhere, and I managed to spin on that oil. I was so annoyed. And then this happened. I'm like, geez, man. I mean, you can see JV's reaction in the background, which is pretty much my reaction. It really hurt, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, 22nd in the C final with my whole body hurting pretty much after that. I mean, it was quite a big hit, and so much so that it took the driver who hit me out of the race as well. So there's 2 retirements now, both of them in close proximity to me. So I mean, it's not something I go out and try to do, just make all the cars retire. But there you go. And by lap 5, look, this is pretty much my view for the majority of this race, so very boring. And by lap 8, I found a friend to play with, so I've got something interesting to watch on the screen, I guess. And this pretty much sums up my ability in karting. I catch him up, maybe really quickly, like maybe 2 seconds a lap, and I can't seem to overtake, and I just lose time so much trying to overtake, and I don't know. Like, people have said to me before, like I've said in these videos, I just need to be more aggressive. But I don't know. Like in parts of the track, particularly on this guy, he's good through the corners where like I can make a move, but he's slow through the corners. I can't make a move. So I mean, going out here, I only lost time to him because I had to brake because he was slow into this small chicane beforehand. So. Yeah, but I can't really make a move into turn 1, and I'll mess up that corner if I'm honest, because it's still a bit slippy around there, or greasy. So yeah, I mess up that corner, and into the first hairpin I gain a little bit of time again, and yeah, he knows I'm there, so he's going a bit more defensive, and he has a bit of a better line throughout this lap really, and yeah, it's just. My poor racecraft lets me down more than I really realise when I'm at the track, if I'm honest. So right here, I just sort of I'll send it down turn 1, so I make sure I've got a good exit. And yeah, I've got human DRS happening right now. I've got some slipstream, and I finally send it into turn 1 on lap 10. So I'm up into 20th place. Woohoo! So yeah, I'm not last on track anymore, and by the final lap I'm just tooting around by myself, a few seconds behind the car in front, who also probably had an incident of his own. So yeah, it wasn't a great final, to be honest. And to be honest, I've just thrown away what could have been a great day, to be fair, to be honest, today. And then just, yeah, finished 20th, started 15th, lost 5 positions, and the Dunnets finished quite close to finishing in the B final, but unfortunately they didn't. So which is quite sad for them. And yeah, it's just another 1-star final. I mean, how many of those have we had this season? So yeah, I mean, I know for a fact that the next episode will be a lot better. Hint, hint. So yeah, up to the rival scoreboard. I mean, now it's just diabolical, really. I mean, fair play to Russell. I mean, he's running away with it. Same as Luke. I mean, I did beat James in the second heat, so it's only 1-1 with him. So yeah, hopefully I can start turning a bit of a comeback next episode. I can tell you now, next episode is going to be amazing. So it is recorded already. I just haven't really had time to get it out, but yeah, I'll give today a 2-star performance. I feel like I said, I just thrown away what could have been a decent result today. But yeah, another back of C final race, and it's just, I feel like I'm a lot better than these results that they're showing. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode again. I mean, next episode will be a lot better, I can promise you of that, and I'm excited for you guys to see the next one, if I'm honest. I mean, this one was a bit of a filler episode. I mean, it wasn't the greatest day in terms of racing, but I still hope you've enjoyed it nonetheless. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm always open for hearing how I can improve these videos, and yeah, drop me a like, pretty please. And maybe even, if you like my stuff, subscribe as well. So I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks.